it might not happen in a relationship, or some people might actually notice in relationship is we are from two different backgrounds. What your husband or your spouse was taught in his house, or what he's used to in his environment, is what shaped his mindset and his thinking. And what you are used to, the people you live with, the environment you live with, is what shaped your mindset. So both of you are coming together in marriage, and you're going to be living together. You might, the way you react to situations will be different.
Definitely.
You might be feeling angry, and you expect someone to come and tell you, "Oh, what's wrong? Are you okay?
Yeah.
I feel so. I'm so sorry. What's happening? Do you want to share?" And then your spouse might be someone who is like, "Well, if you are when you're done getting angry, you snap out of it, you'll be fine."
You'll be fine last.
So this can cause a lot of misunderstanding in marriage, and then you might feel, "Oh, he doesn't care about me." I've seen so many people that say, "Oh, he doesn't care about me because he doesn't show up for me." It doesn't mean he doesn't love you, but because of the way he was trained, he might not be exposed to people showing him all those kind of love or giving him so much attention like that. Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. It's the Balloon Craft, and today I'm bringing something different to the channel. Aside being a balloon artist, which is my business, I have other things in stock. Like, I love to talk to people, I love to share my ideas, I love to hear from people, more like a podcast or an interview situation where people will share different opinions. So you'll be seeing more of that on this channel. We're going to be talking about different relatable content like marriage, friendship, love. Yeah. And I have my friend here. YouTube channel is Sadatu's Daily. Her name is Sadatu. Please like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Yes, please do.
Our channel is Sadatu's Daily. She has so many content, and I'm sure you're gonna love it. So today we're just gonna be talking basically about what our parents did not tell us before getting married. It's a relatable content, and I'm just here because she has been married for over how many years? More than a decade, I guess.
More than a decade.
Yeah. So this content will be more tailored towards people who are just the single Pringles. The single Pringles. So that they would know what they need to do before they get married. So they don't get entangled with the wrong person. Because our parents, our mothers precisely, did not tell us these things.
Yeah.
And we got to find out in our marriage. So I would want you to also say some things at some point, because I'm just going to be sharing when choosing a partner. As Africans, as Nigerians, basically, our parents tell us, "Oh, stay off men, don't talk to boys, don't do this, don't be in a relationship." And the moment you graduate from university, the next thing they're asking you is like, "Where is the man? Where is the man?
You will not go and marry.
Bring the man.
Yeah.
Go and marry. I want grandkids."
Yeah.
You told us not to date. You told us not to be in a relationship, and all of a sudden you're asking us for grandkids, you're asking us for spouses.
Exactly.
Where do you want us to get that? But we know how to maneuver as kids. We multitask. We've dated so well, we're also getting educated. But we don't want to get it twisted and be on the long wait to get a spouse, right?
Yeah.
So, having gotten that, I think African parents need to do better by educating their kids. What are the rudiments and the things that they would actually see when they get married? Because they just say, "Oh, bring a spouse, get married, and live happily ever after."
Yeah.
It's not really happily ever after. Marriage is not a bed of roses. People think it's a bed of roses, but I would say it can be a bed of roses depending on how you lay the bed. But if you don't lay it properly, it would be a bed of thorns. That it would tear your skin.
Yeah, exactly. You feel stuck in it. You don't know what to do. Yeah. But do you think our parents can tell us enough? Do you think they can tell us everything you need to know? Because even the parents are learning too.
Yes.
Even if you have parents that are 40 years in the marriage, there are some things that happen that you be like, "You guys are old."
But they can give us the basics.
The basics.
They can give us. They can give us like what to expect. Because majority of us, I for one, I had the Bollywood mentality when going into marriage. That I wanted all this razzle dazzle, lovey dovey, whatever.
I understand.
Yet I wanted all this fairy tale. I didn't know that aside all these Bollywood movies, there is a real life. So getting to know who I got married to, getting into marriage, then I thought, "Oh, this is the real deal. It's nothing like what we see in the movies."
Yeah.
that they'll say, oh, they brought flowers, kneeling down, he's serenading you with music and all that.
Especially
He can do
African,
that,
yeah.
but even the country we are would not even permit so many romantic escapades because you are busy stuck at work. You have little time to spend with family.
Maybe doing 2 jobs.
You may be doing 2 jobs, so many other things.
Going for the next one.
Exactly.
Come home very tired.
So you have to be intentional to
Yeah.
actually create that time to do all those things if you really want to make your marriage work. So that boils down to what I said about choosing a spouse. The things you need to do about choosing a spouse. My number one every day that I would always go to, my number one go to when choosing a spouse is choose someone who is intentional. If you just date someone and you just marry because he's nice to me, I just want to marry him, or he takes care of me, he foots my bill, I'll just marry him. Is he intentional about getting married to you?
Exactly.
Is he ready to make it work? Is he ready to work through all the ups and downs with you? Is he someone that when your marriage is going through a hard time, is ready to compromise and come to you and like, do we need counseling? What do we need to figure this out? What do we need to get this over and done with? Is he someone like that? Or is someone that, if you are fighting, no, I'll be going on your own. I don't care.
You can keep my list for months, no problem.
So it has to be intentional. Someone who is on the same page with you.
Yeah.
Because if you date or marry someone who is unintentional, you would look like you are the driver of the bus. Only you will be putting the effort.
Yeah.
And the person will not be putting the effort. And it will make you tired at some point. And you feel like, am I married to myself?
So what kind of signs will you see then in that particular aspect when you're dating the person to know if this person is an intentional person or not?
You have to know if the person has values for family. If the person is marrying you for the right reasons. There are some people that are just married because, oh, my mommy says it's time for me to get married. Or because I have money to put someone in the house to cook for me.
Or I've come of age.
Or I've come of age. I want children. So there's a lot that comes into being intentional. Is it someone that when he sees things are going wrong in your relationship, he wants to work it out and say, I love you, I don't want to lose you. That is what being intentional is. I don't want to lose you. Let him be afraid to lose you. Be afraid to lose each other. Not only him. You, the lady, should be afraid. So that's why I said you have to be both intentional. And if it's just one party that is intentional, it looks like a burden on the other person. Because you are the only one putting in the effort. You are the only one trying not to make the marriage lead to a divorce. You are the only one trying not to break up the marriage. And then the other person is, I don't care if it's broken, it's broken.
I'm fine with it.
Any which way, I'm fine with it. Then that's not an intentional partner.
Like that, you just find out that it just looks like it's one person driving the family, and it can be very exhausting.
It's going to be tiring. It's a burden because you feel like you're the only one navigating the whole thing. Am I married to myself? We're supposed to be a partner. We're supposed to be doing this together. So why are you putting all the responsibility on me? Why am I the only one? Then it leads to building up so many emotions. And one day you're gonna vent.
Definitely.
And bad goes happens, and you don't know where it's gonna lead. And so many unsaid words, and so many things you would say that you can't take back, and then it leads to bigger issues.
You can't take back. That is something that we, even singles, married, we really need to work on that, because there are a lot of things you say 5 years down the line still hurts when you remember it, and you say like,
imagine what this person said to me, and you said you loved me, and you could say this to me, right?
Exactly.
So I really wish that our parents can give us like a roadmap to what we're gonna face, so that you'll be able to look beyond just physical attraction when choosing a spouse.
But don't you think sometimes as singles in love, we're blinded? Like, we may be seeing this sign, but we cannot recognize it. Everybody around
you would recognize this time only if you close your eyes to it. That's what I say.
Yeah, because when you're in love, you're blinded. When everybody's saying something, everybody's saying the same thing, but you will feel they're lying, like, this is the person I want, until you enter.
That's why they said when you're in love and you're blind, marriage is the eye opener. You will see the shege.
Definitely.
So that's why I used to say something. I'm always like, live with, everyone has a red flag. Everyone has a but. We all have where we are not good at.
Yeah.
We all have what we need to work on in our lives. We're not perfect.
Yeah, we're not.
We are just two imperfect people trying to work towards perfection. So your spouse is not perfect. You yourself, you are not perfect. But whenever you want to choose a spouse, I believe one thing you should do is choose a spouse that the red flags you are seeing is a red flag you can deal with. We all have that red flag.
Yeah.
But choose a red flag that you can live with for the rest of your life and it won't affect your day-to-day life.
That's a lot. That seems like a lot to the singles, but you're right.
Choose a red flag.
Because you have that's the time you
with.
actually have to choose. Because once you get in, not saying you cannot get out, but imagine how it tells on your life. Like, so it's the right time to actually sit down, look at the person, take away the love aspect, the blind, take it off, just try to look at that person like, okay, this behavior this person
is this someone that can take a bullet for you?
Yes. Because a lot of us marry based on expectations
exactly.
that he will change.
You don't marry someone based on you change. He's a grown-ass man.
We do not change. we increase it.
You
we
can
build more on that.
Well, at some point you can unlearn, you can relearn,
yes.
but you can't change.
You can't change.
You can either unlearn the habit you have and relearn something new. But changing is relative because it's based on the person. You can't change a full-grown man. He lived how many years of his life? Maybe 30 years of his life with his parents. He was used to the background, all the things that shaped his mindset are from his environment and his background. And you're just living with him for like 5 years or 2 years or 10 years, and you expect him to change something that he has learned for 30 years of his life. You can either make him unlearn it, but you can't actually make a grown person do something. He has to be intentional. That goes back to what I said, being intentional. A person who is intentional and sees that he has a red flag and he doesn't want to lose his spouse, or he doesn't want to lose his marriage, or he doesn't want to lose his family based on this red flag, he will definitely work on it. You have someone who does drugs or who drinks, and then you are thinking it will change, and you do not like it, but you are thinking you can patch him up, and maybe along the line it's going to change. What if it doesn't change? You're stuck, or then you're working towards divorce. Why don't you choose a red flag that you believe in? Because someone who does that will be doing it every day, and it will be a cause for arguments every day in your marriage because you do not like it, he loves it, and you both are living together. Any moment you see him do that, it leads to an argument in your marriage. So why would you have a red flag that will be making you argue in your marriage every day or maybe 4 times in a week? It becomes worrisome. But if it's a red flag that, okay, maybe it pops up once in 6 months, then it's easy to deal with, right? Every marriage have arguments, every marriage have misunderstanding. So when I'm saying a red flag, I'm saying the one that is obvious, that you know that it's going to be hard for you. Don't say you're going to change it. If the person changes on his own, then it's fine. Don't say, okay, he said he will change.
Yes.
Once you get it, it might not change.
It's not going to change. Yeah, that's true.
So that's what I really wish people would see. And there is one other thing. I usually watch one show, one Nigerian show, Hunt Game Show. I don't know if people in the audience would know about it. It's a Nigerian show where young girls come and young guys come and they matchmake, stuff like that.
Oh, yes.
And then I'm seeing girls saying, oh, I like him, but I don't like his height.
Yes.
I like him, but I don't like his color. I like him, but I don't like his shirt.
Why did you dress like this?
Are you going to wear that shirt for the rest of your life? Those are the things
so
that...
there are some of them that also ask on that show, like, how much do you make?
Exactly.
Do you think that's also like a factor?
Well, I'll say it depends, because marriage these days, some people are basing it off of the financial aspect, because people are seeing shege in their father's house, and they don't want to go and see the shege in their husband's house. So they are really wanting a soft landing. And I don't blame some girls, but it depends on each other person's perspective. Some people go for love, some people go for money, and some people go for both. So a woman might say, okay, if you don't have money, I can cope. I'm making my money, so I don't care about what you make. That's why I said we have to be something for ourselves, women. You have to be something for yourself. You don't have to be so self-sufficient, so reliant on the man. You have to be self-sufficient. Make your own money. Let your husband's money be an addition to yours. It gives you an edge. It makes the man see you like an asset.
Yeah, that's true.
But the moment you are relying on his money, he can just treat you like garbage one day and do some nasty things to you.
You really don't have choice again. Because there are some choices some married people want to make, but they cannot make those choices because they look who is going to fund their lifestyle.
Exactly.
Some
People can't up and leave their marriage.
Yes, they cannot because of the
and they are facing a lot that they really wish they could
yeah.
get out of marriage, but because they're like, where do I start from?
Yeah.
I don't even have $1 to my name. I don't even have anything to my name.
Yeah.
This man is the one funding my lifestyle. He's the one taking care of my parents.
And sometimes when the guy also knows that she's not going anywhere,
exactly,
he will continue doing anything he wants to. But when he knows that this lady is just staying with me because she loves me, if I mess up, she's going to start her life on her own without needing me at all.
Exactly.
So most times the guy is going to sit up.
That's why I said
you don't have choice.
That's why I said the woman has to be something for herself.
Yeah.
Before you meet a man. So don't just say whatever your man is what you are.
Yeah.
What if something happens to the man tomorrow?
Yes, things happen. Exactly. We have people that get married, they have a guy that has a good business, a very good job. 1 year, 6 months into the marriage, everything goes down.
Or he gets scammed.
Yes.
Or he falls sick.
And that's
or
when
he
you start
dies.
seeing the true colors of everybody.
How are you going to move on?
The woman cannot cope anymore. You start seeing the real behavior of the man, because sometimes when a man has money, when he has the whole, that you see a different side of him.
Exactly.
And when he doesn't have that money, you see another entirely different part. The same part with the woman. When her husband has the whole money and is okay taking care of her, you see one side of her. And when he doesn't have it again,
that's when she show her true color. Like, am I the one to be feeding you?
Exactly.
You're not man enough and all that.
You're not man enough anymore and all that. Yeah.
So really, it's a very important factor. But I, for one, I believe being an independent woman and working for your money. So when the man brings his money, it's an addition. That's what I believe personally.
Yeah.
So I think these
days, even men tend to ask like, what do you bring
exactly
to the table? Like,
that's where the topic of what you bring to the table, because men do not want to marry
liabilities, of course. What do you also do? Like,
what do you do for yourself?
What business are you doing?
What can you do to help me when I'm down?
Exactly.
How can you bring me back up?
Yeah. And even if you don't like have a job, like a business, they want
to have an idea. You have the
what can you contribute to my life? Like if I bring this to the table, like I
what
want
are you
to start
bringing?
this business. How can you help me? Because some ladies, sorry to say, we don't have anything up here.
They only have wigs up there.
Wigs, hairs, fashion, phone. That's all. When it comes to intellectual discussions,
they're not there. Yeah.
So the man sees all these things too. He'll just use you as dating and all that. But when it comes to wife, no, they won't go for you at all. And I don't blame them because they don't want to carry like an empty vessel that knows nothing. She cannot contribute.
Even if you don't have a business idea. Be able to help your husband write proposals.
This is what you want exactly. You can't even. You're not really interested in that discussion because you have nothing to contribute.
Yeah.
Then he's not going to have anything to do with you as a wife.
So I think we women, we have to work on ourselves.
We have a lot to do.
So that the man would see us as the price.
Yeah.
Because some men are seeing themselves as the price now.
Yeah.
Because they believe a lot of women are trying to get them like, oh,
exactly.
she's after my money. But why don't you make yourself the price?
Yeah.
By being yourself, be someone for yourself, and then when the man looks at it like, wow, if I have this woman in my corner, I'm not gonna lack.
Yes, exactly. But what about some men that feel threatened by an independent woman?
Well,
because there are men too like that. When they see that she has a big business, she has this asset, he gets scared that
I feel those are men who are egocentric.
She cannot bring her head down with that man. She cannot be submissive. He feels threatened that no, I can't wife this person. And some ladies also try to restrain themselves from acquiring some assets or making people know what they own. Yeah, so that they can get a spouse. They feel it will
chase men
away. Like even my mom, my upbringing, when I finished service and all that, and we're looking for a job, she was not really that keen about looking for a job. That shouldn't be
your priority.
My father wants. I finished my NYSC. My dad registered me for my masters. My mom was not really okay with it. Like this masters,
too educated and
just keep. Before I finished, my dad had registered me for my MSc.
You can imagine.
She was feeling this. Even her friends too.
She was feeling quite uncomfortable.
Even her friends were like, "Why masters now? Let her first go and settle down. Then she can now decide. How long can now decide if she will do masters or not?" My dad was like, "Nothing like that, And luckily at that point, I had already met my husband,
Your husband.
even though we're dating then, and he was really supportive of it. You know, he was even driving me for my 7 a.m. lectures. You know, you come pick me up from my father's house to the venue and all that. But there's some men that would definitely feel threatened.
Yeah, some men want.
And,
Some men, they believe when they have enough, a woman should always come to them.
yes, she should always be.
So that's even another topic of.
Even when he's even introducing her to his family, like to his mom, when he's like giving the profile that, okay, this is the woman I want to marry, she has this, she has that, the woman will be like, ha.
So this one will be able to
This one will
cook
be
for us
good
like
wife,
this.
so.
So this one will be, so I think
Yeah.
it's just the perspective they look at women from, that you have to be below.
Yeah.
But nothing says you have to be below. We can actually be equal.
Yeah.
I'm not saying we should be equal like 50-50.
Mhm.
But a woman can also be good for herself, whereby you'll be proud to show her out to your friends, like, oh,
Yeah.
have you met my wife?
Yeah.
She's the manager or the director of so and so.
Yeah.
It brings you good prospect, right?
Yeah,
People would even respect him, or like, wow,
Mhm.
his wife is a really big person,
Yeah.
and he is also doing well for himself.
Exactly.
But if you are marrying a woman who is not even up to your standard,
Mhm.
and then you're saying, what does she do? And then they're like, she really doesn't do anything, and it doesn't speak well for
Not
you,
saying
right?
it's, yeah, there's some circumstances that woman will be like a full housewife.
Yeah.
Maybe for some
Stay-at-home
time.
moms are really doing a good job. That's a full-time
That's
job, and I
another
respect that.
full-time
That's
job
even a
entirely.
different topic. But what I'm
So
saying
if you're
is,
now combining it with a job. Business and all that, yeah, it's a plus.
So-
Exactly.
so basically,
Mm.
choosing a spouse, there's a lot of things that come with it. And I think another aspect I want to talk about is boy moms. Boy moms need to do better.
What do you mean by boy moms?
Moms that
Mom is
have,
boy.
yeah, no, like moms that have boys,
Oh, okay.
women that have sons. They need
Okay.
to do better.
Hmm.
House chores are life skills. I'll say that again. House chores are life skills.
Yeah.
They are not gender-based roles.
Exactly, that's true.
A man will leave his house,
Mm.
become a bachelor, will leave his parents' house, become a bachelor, stay on his own.
Mm.
If he does not know how to clean, does he need a woman to help him clean the house? It's not a gender role.
Or to even
It's
cook
a
for
life
his own
skill.
life, to even save
For
his
him
own
to
life.
cook, for him to cook the meals that he would eat, it is a life skill.
Yeah.
He needs to know how to feed himself.
Mm.
He doesn't need a woman to do that for him. So boy moms need to learn to train these boys
Yeah.
to be able to acquire these life skills, and let them know that it's not a woman's job
Mhm.
to feed them or clean for them. You are doing it for yourself.
Exactly. You're
So
right.
if you get married and your wife is doing it and you want to assist her, that's okay.
That's okay.
If your wife says don't assist me, just sit in the living room and watch me
But
cook,
seeing it
that's
as
fine.
her role,
But seeing it as
automatically it's hers.
automatically she has to do it,
Mm.
the days she's not around,
Yeah.
how are you going to fend for yourself?
The house will be upside down. Imagine traveling for 2 days.
And then you can't even feed yourself. The house, your wife is coming back to a very dirty house.
You need to prepare this, prepare that, different types of food that he's going to eat. You know, not saying it's bad, but knowing for the fact that he cannot do it for himself, it's really bad. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Boy moms, they need to really work
Yeah.
on that.
But I think
Train their
current
boys.
recent moms are really trying in that. Some, because there's some households you go to, you see the man is cooking, he's cleaning, you know.
If that
But
works for
of
your
course, there are
family.
some that they just concentrate on the girls to train them to be
Exactly.
good wife and train you. How will you be in your husband's house? You will not be able to cook. You will
And
not
then
be
they
able to clean.
forget to put something in the boys. They just
At
let
that
the boys
same
play.
period, you are shouting on the girl. The guy is there playing video games.
Exactly.
Or he's playing football outside. He doesn't know anything about anything, you know. So, like for example, like my dad. Not that I'm saying they are good upbringing, you know. There was one time before I got married, of course, I was like, Daddy, I've never really seen you in this kitchen. The only time I see you in this kitchen is maybe you are gisting with mommy or you came to carry something. Like
Mhm.
to do something, he was not laughing. And I really thought about it. Like at that point, I have never really seen him
In the kitchen.
do anything like turn on the gas to boil water.
Water,
I have,
no.
till now that I'm talking. He just laughed and left. So that cases like that you as a woman you don't have experience of seeing your dad
Mm-hmm.
cooking, you know. I have a friend like that in the university. Her dad, when I went to visiting them in Abuja,
Mhm.
he was in the kitchen cooking, cleaning, doing things, and it was
So
strange.
she
to
will
me.
have expectations
Yes.
that her spouse
It
should
was
do
really
that as well.
strange. I was looking like, is this your dad in the kitchen? Like, it's normal.
So it depends on where he was bred and brought up, right?
Exactly.
So probably he was trained to do all that as a life skill. So it's not a gender-based role.
Yeah, exactly.
So doing that, being in that aspect, it affects so many marriages of today, because a man that is trained with, oh, the woman does everything. The woman might be saddled with too many responsibilities. She has toddlers, she has babies she's fending for. She has to come back home. And even in this our country that you have to go to work, both of you went to work.
Yeah.
You picked up the kids from daycare or something. You are back home, and then you still have to prepare food. I'm not saying it's bad,
and
but
what usually happens, sorry to cut you, is that we both go to the same job, come back home, and then you go to the bedroom, take a shower, come sit in the sitting room and put your leg on the table waiting for dinner that we both walked into the room together, you understand? So the expectation is that I came in, most times you don't even move your pants.
Yeah.
You just remove your veil, drop your
and
bag,
then you're in the kitchen.
Even in the office, you're already thinking of what
you're gonna cook.
So what's wrong in you also come home, your husband fixes dinner, you take care of the children, offload all their bags, everything, and then people come together to eat.
Well,
it's really not
sustainable
in most homes.
It depends on who you are with. That's why I said being intentional. It depends on who you're with. Some spouses might not fix dinner, but they might assist you in other ways.
Yeah.
While I'm cooking, you can help me attend to the kids. You can help me undress them, get them what they want to eat, while I'm trying to. So it's not like when I'm done cooking, I have to come and still attend to the kids and still try to prepare them for bedtime. So what I'm saying is there are so many other ways a man can help aside just putting a pot on the stove and cook something. Exactly. While she's doing that, what are you doing? Can you help her do other things so when she's done she doesn't have to go back to do them? So she's not worn out.
And that stems on if he knows what it entails for a woman to do all those, he will have a level of sympathy and willing to help, because it's actually not easy.
Exactly.
Taking care of the kids,
taking care of the home, because a lot is required of women. We have to go to work and be good co-workers to our colleagues. We have to be on top of our game. Our manager has to say we did a good job. Our husband has to say we are a good wife. Our parents need us. Our siblings need us. We need to be good moms. If you are in school, you need to be a good student.
Yeah, exactly.
You need to get good grades. So a lot is required. So then you have to that's why I said, with all these things that is happening in a woman's life, the worst mistake will be being with a partner that will add more burden to all this that is already there.
You're right.
Why don't you marry someone who would ease you off the stress? Who would take away some of the stress?
See when dating. That one is not needed.
Some of the stress from you. One thing I always say is, whenever you are choosing a partner, go for someone who is kind. Not just kind to you. Some men are kind to you, but when they are driving on the way, they can splash water on your neighbor.
How do they behave to other people, waiters, people that are below them? Yeah, that's true.
Marry a man that is kind to everyone, because truly the saying that they say, the saying that goes, love is not enough. Truly, love is not enough in marriages.
It's not.
Love is not enough. So when kindness is there, when love is away, kindness would take place. A man that is kind to every other person and kind to you as well, you also be extra because he's generally kind to everyone.
Exactly.
So yours is going to be extra because you hold a special place in his heart.
That's true.
So the moment the love doesn't work anymore, or the love is being strained, he will still be kind to you. Even if you guys are having issues and you sleep, or he sees water on the floor and he knows if my wife passed through this place, she's going to fall, he will clean it up.
That's true.
But a man that is not kind of be like, I don't care. If she likes, she should fall, she will stand up.
Didn't she see?
So kindness is one thing that I really wish girls would look into when they are choosing a spouse. Because a man that is kind, he cannot change. Even if he's angry with you, he will still look out for you. Even if he's angry,
as I said, those are signs
he
you
would
cannot,
look out for you.
Miss.
So those are the signs that you shouldn't miss. Because so I get so upset when I'm seeing girls saying, I like him, he's cool, he's everything, but I don't just like his shirt. Girl, You can
senseless.
always change his wardrobe.
Yeah.
Men are babies. You can always tell them, okay, baby, let's go shopping. I saw this. It will look good on you.
Yeah.
And he would accept it.
Except maybe you're going on one date. But when you're talking of marriage, what does the shirt have to do with that? There are other major things you should look out
You're
for.
saying, I like him,
Not
but
his
he's not as tall as what I want.
That
That height.
The tall, dark, and handsome one that will show you Pepe.
When you see another tall guy that is not giving you the things you want,
Yeah.
you will not even recognize the height. You just say you're just tall for
All those
nothing.
things will fade away, of course.
So basically, we have to look at the content. Like, what is this person offering? What can this person not offering in aspect of money? You have to marry. You have to choose a man that is emotionally intelligent, emotionally available. Because we women, most times we need someone who we can talk to, a listener. Because we have a lot that we need to vent. Sometimes you're overwhelmed at work. Sometimes you're overwhelmed with the kids. Marry a man that can see you. A man that sees you will know when you are stressed, and will know when he can help. Or he would ask you, do you need help? Where can I help? Where can I come in? But if it's a man that, well, she's strong, she's a strong woman. African definition of a strong woman, she will figure it out.
Yes, exactly.
You will get overwhelmed and tired if you don't have a partner that can support you. You look like you're the only one driving the bus.
Because sometimes you just want to vent, you just want to rant. You need someone to listen, even if you don't have anything to say.
If you don't have anything, just listen
you
to
should
me.
be available. There are a lot of people that find it very hard to listen.
Yes.
Do you know that?
Yes.
They just feel you're making noise, like they cannot listen to you.
Exactly.
And you have that kind of person as a partner.
Then it's going to be frustrating.
Yeah, who are you going to go and
Who are
vent?
you
That's
going to
somebody
confide
that
in?
you should be anxious to leave your office to come and discuss something
Just
with
the old
him.
day
How your
activity.
day went. But if you have someone that you know doesn't even care, then it can be.
And we know some men are introverted; they don't want to talk. We women, I think naturally we are designed to be the talker. We like to express ourselves, and this boils down to upbringing. Men are not vulnerable in nature. They are not able to express how they feel. They tend to bottle up their emotions. And this is why I said boy moms need to do better, because some of these boys growing up, they say boys don't cry. Boys are always strong. You have to be a man. Be strong. No. Let your boys be vulnerable. If they feel hurt, let them express how hurt they are. If they want to cry, let them cry. It's an emotion. It doesn't show they are weak. Let them be vulnerable. Because if you are building this man to be a strong man, don't express yourself. Don't show yourself that you are going through a lot. Don't show how you feel. When they get married, they become this rigid man that you can't even detect when they are happy. You can't detect when they are sad. When something good happens to them, they just say, that's good, and that's it.
That's true.
They don't show excitement. When they are not feeling well or feeling good about something, they just say, when you ask them, they say nothing is wrong with me. I'm okay. Because they believe
if he brings his vulnerability out, you may see
him as weak.
Yeah, he's not
No.
so that's true.
A man should be vulnerable. Let him express his feeling. He's human. He also needs a shoulder to lean on. That's why you see in Nigeria, most of our mothers are widows, because the men have so many responsibilities that they are shouldering, and they are not able to speak out. And most of them have high blood pressure, and then they just slump and die.
That high blood pressure is common.
Because they have a lot they are holding in that they're not able to express. They can't talk to their family. Their family will see them as, are you a weak man? They are bringing your problem to us.
Yes.
They can't talk to their friends. Their friends will say, a grown up man like you can't fix your home. You that you are the wife, they can't open up to you because they feel you see them as weak. So they have a lot they are holding on into their heart. And I really wish they could talk.
Wow.
So we boy moms, this upcoming generation, we need to do better to make our boys be able to talk. Ask them questions. Let them be able to express how they feel.
I'm used to always
If they wanna,
telling my boy, like, boys don't cry.
No, let him cry. Give him a tissue. If he feels hurt, he's human. So boys don't cry, but girls cry.
Guys cry.
No.
Yeah.
Let them show how they feel hurt and console them. Just let them know that things happen, life happens.
Yeah.
When you get hurt, you fall down and you get back up, right? You don't just have to stay there. It gives them a feeling of, okay, I'm loved. I can always confide in someone. Ask yourself, how many of our husbands have people they confide in? they can't go to meet their family.
Yeah, at all. Maybe
So-
they are very close friends.
The close friend is rare because some men do not even have friends, and
True.
those that eventually have friends,
Mm.
they may be very reluctant to share some special part of them.
Yeah.
And you, the wife, are the best bet that they can be so vulnerable with without even caring that she will go and tell on me. Because you can't go outside and saying bad things about your husband. Obviously, you'll be able to keep his secret and keep his vulnerability. So he should be able to vent, talk to you, express his anger, express his pain willingly without feeling any reason to hide anything.
Exactly.
So I just feel boy moms need to do better because moms of the past, they've raised broken men that we have to fix.
Exactly.
I've heard people's
We, the
marriage
wives,
stories.
Yeah.
30 years of this man's life, he has been broken. He has faced so many things and they tell him, bottle it up. Don't show it.
Yeah.
Men don't talk. Men don't talk too much.
Go marry
Men don't
that
express
man,
themselves.
no.
Then you marry him as yourself, as your own. And then you have to start maneuvering a way to get him to know what you want, what he doesn't want.
Yeah.
And it becomes a hard chore because some people are like, I didn't see this before I got married.
Exactly. Among other things.
Among others. So some of these men are broken and they've not healed, and then you're married to them, and then you want them to change overnight. No,
It's not possible.
those years of their life is going to tell on them. It's going to tell on their character. It's going to tell on their actions.
True.
What you see as a big deal, they might not see it as a big deal because they've been told to numb their feelings.
Yeah.
They've been told not to
We have a lot
express
of
how
work
they
to
feel.
do in that aspect. A lot.
So I really wish that moms of these days can really do better in raising those kids. And men that are watching this video
Yeah.
can also try to unlearn and relearn and try to be vulnerable.
Try to be vulnerable.
Express yourself. If you are hurt, let your wife
Have a
know.
trusted person.
If you are
be able
hurt,
to open up to your wife.
If you are excited, show excitement, smile. It won't reduce anything from you.
Or if you like something,
If you
that
like
actually
something,
like
show
it.
your excitement.
Yeah. So people should, men especially, should learn to be vulnerable.
Yeah, it really helps. It
It
really helps the
helps.
woman a lot.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, so I guess we can end the part 1 here.
Yeah.
And guys, we have more content. More coming,
Yeah.
and it will be in the part 2. So please like, share, and subscribe to our video.
Please do.
And we will be posting the part 2 of this. It's a continuation of
Yeah.
this, and you're gonna enjoy it.
So please go to the part 2 and watch the next part.
Thank you.